Yo people, fam, what with telling them to my line jazz back in with another reaction, blood. Right now we got King Nas, blood. Whoa. Now the reason why I wanted to do this one is obviously we all know Nas dropped the blood. He got some major accomplishments with it as well from after being quiet for so long, and that shout out to him, blood. That shows you the because people always say, oh, this person fell off, this person fell off, that person fell off. But I'm like, if you're not releasing music, you dumb idiot, how has that person fell off? They're literally not releasing music. So how the fuck can they have fallen off, fam, you dumb idiot, blood? If they're releasing music and they used to pull 50, 4, 5, 10 million views and now they're pulling 1K and they're dropping music consistently, then calm, they're falling off. What if they're not dropping? How have they fallen off? This generation sometimes is so dumb, blood. But let me not get heated, fam. We got King Nas, fam. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, J. Cole made his tune. I let Nas down, blood. You know what I'm saying? Now we got Lupe Fiasco, King Nas. I'm guessing he's paying homage or whatever, blood. Let's get into it, man. And I also, what reaction was I doing? Oh yeah, it was top 10 diss tracks, blood. If you haven't, just type in my line jazz music top 10 diss tracks of all time. I was thinking, what do you call it? Nas's diss track to Jay-Z. Why do I always forget the name, blood? But that was in number second, then Hit 'Em Up obviously by Tupac was first. But to me, Nas's diss track to Jay-Z is number one of all time, blood. No cap, blood. You know what I'm saying? In terms of disrespect, Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, obviously, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? But it just in terms of just everything combined, everything a diss track needs, that Nas diss track to Jay-Z had it, fam. You know what I'm saying? But I always say Nas is probably the first legend or OG that I tapped into back in high school when I didn't have Spotify, downloading his whole albums and that on my SD card and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Then I moved on to whoever, then whoever, then whoever, then whoever. So Nas is like, you know what I'm saying, one of the first people that I was really like listening to like that, blood. So let's get into this, fam. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of love for dude, you know what I'm saying? No homo. Doon, 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 doon. Boom, 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 boom.
Get up, get up, yeah. Ghetto mythologies colonize my mind constantly to shine sonically in the shy divine comedy. I vibe consciously to override.
I gotta say though, because now I've listened to like mid 2000s Lupe and modern day Lupe, back in the day Lupe, fam. I gotta lie, bro. The way people be adapting to sounds, bro. This is what I'm saying. This is why certain artists be falling off, fam. You can adapt your sound to the times, but still stay true to yourself, fam. That's what people don't realize. Just because you're switching your style, don't mean you're changing your whole personality. Yeah, nah, blood. You can change with the times, but still stay true to you. And from time to time, go back to things that you used to do as well, fam. I don't get it. People, it's like that don't compute in some people's head. A lot of people, when a certain formula works and that, they're scared of change and that, fam. Sometimes change is good, bruv. Stop being a pussy, yeah, and do what you have to, fam. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Lupe, though, because he's always changed with the times, but stay true to himself, fam. You know what I'm saying? And he has multiple styles as well, fam. So he can go back to whatever style he wants to at any time and will be respected for it, fam. You know what I mean?
Comedy, I vibe consciously to override suicide inside, honestly, cause they don't wanna honor me and honesty. Black king, poetic with Nat King's aesthetic, half league. Get up, yeah. Ghetto mythologies colonize my mind constantly to shine.
Ghetto mythology, blood. Oh my days. This is what I'm saying, blood. What he's saying, yeah, more times when these rappers, when technical rappers are rapping, they'll put certain things in ways that are so beautiful, yeah, but sound so complex yet so simple at the same time. So the regular listening person will be like, oh my god, what did he say? But if you just listen, what he's saying is very simple, blood. You know what I'm saying, fam? But it's just the way they do it, fam. That's what makes them so technical, fam. They can overcomplicate things into such a way where your brain just hurts you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Ghetto mythologies colonize my mind constantly to shine sonically in the shy divine comedy. I vibe consciously to override suicide inside, honestly, cause they don't wanna honor me and honesty. Black king, poetic with Nat King's aesthetic, half dream, half machine, where the black queens get naked for $1 from a scholar like me. Not at all bothered with what a side might see.
That is spitting, blood.
1,000 grams get dissolved in the kitchen. Heart wrenching, pop blade took away from my ascension. Crooked ways brought from call lookaways from Took and J's. But it's too late for your prevention, cause I'm playing my position. I'm the man now. I'm the man now. I'm the man now. If you the man, let me see your fucking hands down. Not the man, then keep your motherfucking hands down. Killer friends, dope dealers, concealing sins, selling swim in my trunk like jumps in deeper ends. We the gems, your daughter will teach her hymns from the annals of crime channels that dismantle her wants for weaker men. Send her back. A living the annals of crime channels that dismantle her wants for weaker men. Send her back.
That dismantled her once upon a time, but now we can mend.
A living and feeling trapped with no religion but brimming with brilliant facts. So we map cast distorted role of a lady with no control. Let her go whole on a baby. I wanna see it all, never half asleep. Some niggas can't see the walls cause of the masterpiece. My dad a breach like hacker leaks, delete the McAfees and slam the back doors in back of me. Social engineer peer steerer to give a chat to me happily. Actually activated off accolades of my apogee and act yakety. Then deeply speak it back to me to move it further. We can have a junta or a jerga. I smurf it and spoof the server, reboot and produce a cursor. I'm a man now.
Oh, yo, I was expecting the beat to drop way sooner and then you go back into the same flow and that, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? I always wonder, blood. Obviously, artists produce their own beats, blood. But I always wonder, beats like this, fam, you know that gap in which he was singing, did he just find this beat or did he produce a beat himself with a DJ or whatever, with a producer and say, yo, leave this much space in there so I can do my thing and then I'll drop back into the pocket again, fam. You know what I'm saying? I always wondered, blood.
Commence in the back, a living and feeling trapped with no religion, but
most likely, bro. Most likely.
With brilliant facts, so we map cast.
Especially with something like this. In the modern day, it's like in the modern day, yeah, you can drop onto any beat and do your thing. But back then, because people were so technical and everyone had so many different styles and that, it's like everyone had their own type of beat. Like if you heard a beat, you would know, oh, this is a such and such kind of beat. Oh, this is a such and such kind of beat. But in a more technical way, it not just because of the way it sounds, but because he likes to dive into these pockets here, so he'll leave this much gap so he can do this and then go back into this flow and then he matches it here, so you know what I mean, blood? Kind of like that.
That's the distorted role of a lady with no control. Let her go whole on a baby. I wanna see it all, never half asleep. Some niggas can't see the walls cause of the masterpiece. My dad a breach like hacker leaks, delete the McAfees and slam the back doors in back of me. Social engineer peer steerer to give a chat to me happily. Actually activated off accolades of my apogee and
why you shook though, fam? You know what I'm saying? Why you shook?
Yakety, then deeply speak it back to me to move it further. We can have a junta or a jerga. I smurf it and spoof the server, reboot and produce a cursor. I'm a man now. Or a jerk, but G and act yakety, then deeply speak it back to me to move it further. We can have a junta or a jerga. I smurf it and spoof the server, reboot and produce a cursor. I'm a man now.
Computer flows, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? You ever heard computer flows before? There you go, blood.
I'm the man now. I'm the man now. If you the man, let me see your fucking hands down. Not the man, then keep your motherfucking hands down. I'm the man now. Denied a service and a little blue from the boycott. Advertised rum, space available on my toy box. But no sleeping on me, dig deeper than reaching shorty. Scheme for giant green, getting cream sweeter than being corny. Know the difference between being in love and being horny. Being hated, being human, being
I shouldn't have stopped him.
Toy box, but no sleeping on me, dig deeper than reaching shorty. Scheme for giant green, getting cream sweeter than being corny. Know the difference between being in love and being horny. Being hated, being human, being a teen, but being 40. They like to get them young.
Being a teen, being 40, blood. You know what I'm saying? Being in love, being hot, but there's big difference. There's big differences. One more time.
Advertised rum, space available on my toy box, but no sleeping on me, dig deeper than reaching shorty. Scheme for giant green, getting cream sweeter than being corny. Know the difference between being in love and being horny. Being
normally when you're horny, fam, you'll do things to accommodate to what you're feeling, fam. But when as soon as that haunt, you know what I'm saying, when you release your stress from, you know what I'm saying, then you're back to your mind and you're gonna go do whatever you need to do, blood. When you're in love, you're doing certain things for a person because you want to, blood. You know what I'm saying? You don't want anything in return. When you're hot, you're doing something for a person because you want something in return, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hated being human, being a teen, but being 40. They like to get them young, like I'm Brigham's son. Be more man in my attitudes, no ladder, rather have a youth. Like the OGs pulling benzos out. They make them put they pussies out like Fred Flintstone's house. Heart blacker than the back of Fred Flintstone mouth. Or maybe more like Baba Quasey, take the Timbo route to be a man now. I'm the man now. I'm the man now. If you the man, let me see your fucking hands now. Not the man, then keep your motherfucking hands down. Get on, get on. I'm the man, from the ghetto. Kuaudurabi anas, Mikinas, Wahinas, Micharios, Vasilkanas, Didiuas, Fisu, Urinas, Minaujanatiwanas. Get on.
I'm listening to a lot of songs, bro, that are trying to put me to sleep, man. This is just, yeah, different, fam. I'm in a different zone, man. And this is just all beat, we're letting it rock, blood. I can't lie to you, the beats are wavy. The elements, fam, you know what I'm saying? It's like earth, wind and fire just conjabobulating together, blood. Creating a masterpiece, fam. But that bass from the guitar is different, fam. Sounds so cold. Might be my favorite bass instrument, blood. The strings are just different with it, fam. You know what I'm saying? Is even a bass guitar is always called? Because it could be that long one, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? I'm bad with with instrument identification, fam. You know what I'm saying? Surface level ones calm, you know what I mean? When it comes to all the technicalities and all of that, yeah, long thing. D minor, E minor, bass, fam, you know what I'm saying? This, that, yeah, allow me. See that though, fam? Cold. And from the pluck of one string, the chord lasts for so long as well, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? But hey, hopefully you, man, enjoyed that one, fam. That was, man, like Lupe Fiasco, King Nas and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had that Nas vibe to it, blood. I can't even lie to you because when I'm telling you, when it comes to just pure vibes, just chilling, blood, you're trying to be in that next dimension. Nas is, yeah, he's capable of that tenfold, fam. That definitely had that Nas vibe to it. But I'll catch you, man, in the next one, though. It's your boy, man, Line Jazz, and I'm out here, fam. In a bit, people.